Welcome to the United States of America podcast. I am your host, Niti, and we are broadcasting live from the Food Church here on North Carolina. If you've missed past episodes, please be sure to take time to watch the first episode and watch the rest like a documentary. We are a people at peace, and we have declared peace to all nations around the world. This is not a marketing or a promotional channel. We are shining a light on knowledge that is being hidden from you, and we are sharing the truth about your birthright and your inheritance. We have moderators who are assisting in the comment section. Be kind and self-govern, and if you have questions, please put them in all caps and only enter them once per show. So I'm not sure if Anna's going to join me or not, because we all know that she is working in the background with folks that she has at The Hague, and she also has people in New York. But I do have a message from Anna that I wanted to share with everybody. And, first of all, there's never been so much unrest on earth. I think we can all agree that this is a time of great unrest. And so, we are all kind of sitting on the edge of our seats, and we can see that it is about to break. I can just feel the power of all the love ready to wash over, earth. And I'm convinced that's what's going on. But, look, Anna says, the Federal Republic was created by the states of America, which was created by and through the states of the Union, which are created directly by the country, not the federal. And British sailors have an annoying habit of stumbling ashore and trying to claim land assets for their king, even though they have no standing to do so. Even after the doctrine of discovery has been thoroughly debunked, they still give it the ye old college try. And, Anna says, I told them the truth several times. I watched while they continued to try to snowball the substitution scheme into reality. They didn't listen to a single word until this week, when the U.S. Supreme Court also told them the same thing that I told them almost a decade ago. You have no standing of a lawful government, and so you can't possibly restore the American Federal Republic. On top of that, you are British subjects can't staff American institutions without a specific delegation of authority, which you lack. Their question, who would have authority to give us that delegation? The same poor people who hired them to provide enumerated services. The Constitution of the United States of America, the American state citizens, officers of our state assemblies, who are known collectively as the capital P people of each state. Key among the decisions facing our state citizens and their congressional delegations will be reform of the federal government, what to keep, what to lose, and what to change. It's a daunting prospect. The Federal Republic and the States of America Confederation both failed. Can we recognize the weaknesses that caused their collapse and avoid these in the future? Can we analyze the strength of the Federation that allowed it to survive for 160 years and build that through the rest of our government during our long delayed Reconstruction process? Ultimately, we will reconstruct or deconstruct or start over and do something that has never been tried. It's yet to be seen. This is uniquely American business. It remains for Americans to decide, no matter how eagerly our British territorial service providers leap at the chance to do it for us and charge us for this new service, of course. The foreign federal subcontractors have defaulted upon their service contracts by failure to provide the services we agreed to receive from them. And just as importantly, have imposed services upon us that we never asked for, never needed, and never wanted. Our final judgment in civil orders issued in April of 2014 sums the situation up nicely. After 7 years of due process, both the British Crown commercial corporations and the Roman municipal corporations were found guilty of gross breach of trust and service contracts, together with their principals. This was established by unrebutted sworn testimony that was widely published and distributed to all three branches of their federalized state and federal government administrations over a period of 7 years, and also by abundant public records. The only thing that's changed since 2014 is that the power of that due process and the findings related to it are finally catching up to the institutions and personnel responsible for defrauding, impersonating, and misrepresenting the people they were hired to protect and serve in good faith. There have been numerous trials for treason executed by military tribunals acting under British Admiralty law, taken against federal dual citizens. Reportedly, some have suffered capital punishment, which is always the dread and summary result of martial law in any jurisdiction, especially the sea. It was not our desire or even intent that anyone should die over this. We did not mandate summary judgment or capital punishment. We sought administrative correction and invoked our own common law to accomplish that end, returning our final judgment in civil order to the U.S. Supreme Court as a foreign court judgment from the concurrent jurisdictions. In our view, the crimes against us, though grievous in the extreme, are property crimes in the nature of illegal impersonation, illegal confiscation, credit theft, and illegal takings, prohibited by both remaining federal constitutions. The property crimes should not be paid in blood or with the loss of human life. In our reasonable and peaceable view, the administration needs to be corrected, restitution made, and all brought back within the bounds of the traditional constitutional framework, with our own Federation of States, the delegator, performing the duties of the Federal Republic, the absent delegatee. Until the lawful state assemblies and state citizens can address the greater questions summarized herein, they need to stand down, right? So this is not only the logical solution, it is the solution mandated by contract and common sense. It is, in fact, an operation of law. If one acting under delegation is unable to perform, the duty reverts to the delegator and does not, in some magical way, become the duty of the other parties. The true treason was committed by Abraham Lincoln, acting in April of 1863 when he the duties of our federal republic to the U.S. Army and the U.S. Federal Congress, thereby pretending the lack of a competent civilian government, and ultimately resulting in the adoption of a foreign municipal subcontractor to fulfill the role of civilian government, a role naturally belonging to and usurped from the American people. In our view, Abraham Lincoln is dead and beyond the judgment of this generation. Let the dead bury the dead, and let us now take honest stock of the situation. The idea of a British Crown incorporated version of a federal republic replacing the failed American Federal Republic has been definitively shot down. That's good. That's the way it ought to be. Whatever else comes forward, the fate of the American Federal Republic lies within the Americans, not British subjects. The municipal corporation serving as substitute civilian government has been bankrupted. That's also as it should be. The protection of the corporate veil, and their debts should be assigned to their principals, not ours. From our standpoint, their debts are odious debt. That is, debts created by some means of fraud, of which the victims were unaware and did not benefit from. We and our people were the scapegoats and victims from April of 1863 all the way to today. Although the situation is still largely confused in the minds of the general public and even among the many federal officers, the U.S. Supreme Court is beginning to bow to the facts and the law and to And that ineluctable logic, right? The same logic that led Anna to tell Charlie Ward that they couldn't gin up a new federal republic using British Crown actors a decade ago. And it has prevailed. And it only took 10 years to reach that conclusion. So Anna has shared that into an article for everyone to be able to read. And what we've done is, I know Anna's dealing with all of them. I'm not sure if she's really going to be able to come tonight, but we are always here and we're always going to hold the line for Anna. Let me look through the comments and see what you guys are up to. Hey, Michigan. Hello, Terra Australis. Hello, Missouri, Idaho, Arkansas. I hope everybody's doing great. I don't know, Jean Marie. I'm sure that I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the fact that the debt is going backwards. It's going backwards. So something is going on. I am red because after the sun goes down, then it is not good to be in artificial light. You should only be in you actually should only be in firelight or candlelight. And so I definitely won't be turning on any other colors on my screen. I actually have red lights on. And I also wear blue light blockers when I'm working with my screen, as everyone should. Did you know that we are light beings and we are electrical beings? And did you know that artificial light is what is one of the main things that causes cancer? It is the reason why you can't sleep at night, because if you immerse yourself in artificial light after the sun goes down, your body stops producing melatonin. And 99% of people who try to take melatonin, artificial man-made melatonin, what it does is train your body to stop making it. And so that's not good, and it causes cancer. You want to know what the number one cancer-fighting hormone is? It's melatonin. So you guys should get ready to train your eyes to look at the sun. Stop using sunglasses. Stop using sunglasses. Stop using, allowing yourself to be immersed in this blue light, and do everything that you can to correct that. And you should definitely make sure that you are doing everything you can to protect your electrical fields, protect yourself from artificial light, and also doing what you can to protect your natural hormone production, which only happens with the proper circadian rhythm. All right? Thank you, Bob. Bob's bringing up a really great point about the Los Palamas edifice and the flooding of the East Coast and the washing away of all of that. I hope everybody did read her article about that. But you know what? I know that this spiritual war has been going on. I feel it and I know it every night when I'm sleeping. You know that when we're asleep, that we are actually plugged into what is actually real. We connect with our source energy. And so when we connect with our source energy, then we are the most aligned with the truth and what is real. And that is where we are able to really operate in fact and in knowing. And so I know that we're all winning. I know that the evil is washing away. And I know that it is, the earth is vibrating right now at such a powerful vibration as all of the truth and the love is going to pour out and wash all this evil away. And we are going to make our ascension. And there isn't going to be anyone who's going to be able to handle that realm with low frequency. So you got to raise your frequency, got to raise your vibration. And Kimberly, no, Anna didn't go, and she shouldn't go. They didn't want her to come, because if she came, it would have been over anyway. But everything that needed to be conveyed is being conveyed in the Supreme Court, which is the court of record. The court of record is the Supreme Court, and it is in writing. And she sent it in writing. And she sent a cadre of people to the Netherlands, and she sent a cadre of people to New York, so that all her bases are covered. The message is going to be there, plain and clear. And, do we all know like how precious Anna is for us, and what it means for her to be, guarded, and to guard all of her fields. And I mean, we really have to do everything we can to guard Anna and protect her, especially right now as the truth is about to pour over, right? So I'm sure we're going to have answers soon. I'm sure that we're going to have our inheritance and access to it soon. Where are these people going to run and hide? And now you guys all know the truth. Anna has put it all in writing. When's everybody going to start exercising this? This is what we're practicing on North Carolina. Everybody needs to get ready to speak it and enforce it. I mean, our sheriff's notices are going out. Everyone should be focused on November, being noticed November. Everyone should be noticing all your counties. Make sure you notice all your counties, because we can't let Anna stand on her own. All these counties better know that we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here, right? We all need to be chanting that. We are here. So get your notices out to your sheriff, and then start exercising everything. I know that for the longest time, we were talking about don't poke the bear. Listen, y'all, I just want you to think about what I'm saying. If you tell them, hello, we're not playing house with you anymore, right? They are pretending to be the government. And if you're acknowledging them as the government, if you're registering your car, if you're playing the registration game, if you're playing all their games, then you are allowing them to control you. You are allowing them to believe that you agree with them. You're allowing them to think that they are, the government, right? You don't do that at home with your babies. When the kids are like, I want to play tea house, you might play with them for a little while, but then you're gonna be like, okay, we gotta go. We gotta go do something else. We're not playing tea house all day, right? And then you get back to life. You get back to what's real, right? So thanks for letting me know, Kimberly. We're going to work on that Wi-Fi. I've been having technical difficulties everywhere. I don't know about you guys if you're having that. I've noticed the banks are glitching. I'm talking about the de facto banks. Have you experienced that? Everything is kind of glitching. All the banks, our bank, like the regular banks that we have one bank account, right? So the regular bank was offline for 48 hours. Did you guys experience that with your banks? Anybody out there? Also, like I said, if we keep playing tea house with these people, we keep letting them play, like play dolls or whatever, then they're just going to keep believing that they are in charge, right? We have to become proficient. We have to practice using the words that Anna uses. We have to practice saying the things. And we just have to go out there and stop registering things. We got to unincorporate our businesses. We're unincorporated. We have one last bank account left, and we aren't really getting rid of that one account. But Anna and the Federation did. They got rid of their accounts. That was a bold, big, bold move. I don't know how many of you out there are paying attention with that. So everything's getting ready to happen. It's all coming online. If it wasn't going to be coming online, we wouldn't be experiencing all of this pressure, right? the boat guy, is that who this is? The boat guy. He's saying he's having all kinds of issues with his personal and business accounts. These people are collapsing. That's what's going on. It's all happening. It's all happening. All right, guys. Well, I thought I would hang out here for a little bit. I don't see anybody really asking too many questions. I think we all just have to hold the line. We got to raise our frequencies, okay? So keep your frequencies high, all right? Focus on what you want. Focus on what you're going to do. Let me see here. The AFD would need to show proof of the gold in the vaults in order to start getting credibility. They already did. They've been already audited by third parties. All that was already done. It was in a press release all over the earth. MasterCard and Visa and all of them know about it already, okay? Everybody, you need to know. the jig is up. Everybody knows what's going on, okay? Don't be fooled by the monopoly system, the monopoly game, right? Don't get tricked. Don't be. Tomorrow is Halloween, and they like to do trick or treat. They want to make everything be about trick or treat. We don't have to worry about that. We know the truth, everybody. Let's just get proficient with it, okay? And start practicing it. Start speaking it out loud. You know what the best thing to do is to go and get Anna's articles and start reading them aloud, because your voice behind those words makes it happen faster. Did you know that? What is this, Kimberly? Nope. Anna is guarded. Let's see here. What did couples do with marriage after their correction of their status? If you were married and you have a marriage certificate, then you want to cancel that marriage certificate as a postmaster in red ink. And you want to write no contract, no consent, non-negotiable, cancel it, and then autograph it in your byline in blue ink, which is the sea with your red thumb seal, which is the land over the water. And then you do a testimony in the form of an affidavit, and you notice your state of state. I taught about how to do that on our International Business Assembly class on the North Carolina Rumble channel. And so here, let me see if I can share that link with you guys. And then you guys can go there and watch some of the meetings so you can learn what we're teaching over there. And it will teach you how to write your testimony in the form of an affidavit and what to do to annul your marriage, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to annul it, okay? See if I can get the link for it for you. There we go. All right, I'm going to put it here in the chat. There you go. You guys can go to that link and check those out. But you want to annul the marriage because you want to annul it for non-disclosure. You didn't know that you were marrying in the state. That is unlawful and illegal, okay? Will it take some time for what Anna has done at the top level to apply to the state and local? I don't know. I mean, I think that it's going to happen as fast as we people with boots on the ground begin to notice and enforce it. I mean, we can make it go faster. So, when is everybody going to stand up? When are y'all going to stand up? Don't be shy. It's not time to be shy, okay? It's time to be bold and courageous. But you need knowledge. You need to be practiced. Don't do this if you're not comfortable knowing what you're talking about. You have to be well studied. And that's how you build an assembly, by studying and speaking and practicing and exercising the truth, okay? That's what you have to do, all right? Somebody's asking me where Tony is. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not Tony's keeper, but I do know I know Tony's working on some things, but I don't know like where he might be right away this moment. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I will look forward to seeing all of you next week. I praise you and I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward. Tracy's asking, do the 928s need to be completed in order to notice? I would. I mean, look, you guys are self-governing and you can do whatever you want to do. But personally, I don't know why in the world you would notice everyone without doing the full 928 so that you are solid and you are fully armored and that there's no question. And we've been provided with that incredible documentation. So why wouldn't you do it? It makes absolutely no sense. So I would, but everybody can decide what they're comfortable doing. Okay. The banks are, spending all their time focused on everything else. And they said that everyone's going to be harmonized when it's time. So keep the faith up, guys. Don't lose your faith. Okay. Remember our forefathers and the faith monument and how we cannot, just stop having faith in truth and fact and the law, right? Okay. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.